Hey there, it's John from Heroes and Legends, and I'm here with this week's comic book haul. So, medium-sized haul this week. Some interesting stuff came in. Actually, it's a pretty cool week for independent comics. I think all three of our picks of the week are all independent titles. So, let's get started. Let's start off with some Valiant. We got Imperium number 10 that came out. This is the Valiant Operative story. I talk a lot about this, so I won't go into crazy detail, but this is really well done. Great writing on really all the Valiant books. Valiant's been really strong, and I hope they start to get the attention I think they deserve. Eventually, hopefully they will. Unity number 24 by James Osmus. Amazing again. Just the writers they have over there are incredible. James Osmus is one of the best writers, I think, for writing dialogue, character interaction. Just does a great job. So I can't believe this has been running for 2 years now. Issue 24. Next I have the Ultimates number 1. Honestly, I didn't want to pick this up. I think I mentioned before, if you watch my videos, unfortunately I don't have a good store near me that I really trust and like. So I get my comics ordered from Midtown Comics. And I bought Ultimates in the past. It was on my pull list, so because of that they sent me this. Unfortunately, I don't really have interest in the kind of the post-Secret Wars Ultimates, but here it is. It is what it is. Probably pull it off my list, but there you have it. And we got Batman Eternal number 6. So some cool covers on these Batman Eternals, I must say, with Batman, I should say Batman and Robin Eternal. So yeah, I'm trying to keep up. It's a weekly serial. I hate those because they're hard to keep up with, but sometimes they're worth it. So I'm trying to keep up with this. I'll let you know once I catch up my feelings on it. All right, we have Captain America White with Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale have done a lot of these origin type stories, and they actually did Long Halloween for DC, Batman, and they've done a number of these kind of origin-esque stories, and just a great team. Jeff Loeb is an incredible writer. Tim Sale has this art that's very like stylized, but in a really cool way. You can see it, you know, just kind of what it looks like here on the cover. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. And this is obviously a Captain and Bucky story, World War II story. But yeah, awesome stuff. I would like to see Jeff Loeb write more, but I know he's very involved in the television side of things for Marvel, and has been doing a fine job over there too. Infinity Gauntlet number 5. And I don't know if this is the last part. I haven't read this one yet, if this is part 5 of 5 or if there's a 6th one. But I've talked about this before. Really unique story. I went into this kind of Secret Wars Infinity Gauntlet thing thinking this probably isn't going to be very good, but I really like Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos, so let me check it out. And I did, and it's a very unusual story. It's really more about a family that's living in kind of a post-apocalyptic Earth setting, and Thanos is there, and he's trying to collect infinity gems that are on Earth somehow. And this family, he's kind of hanging out with his family to try to find these gems. It's very odd. So he's in it for himself, as you can imagine. He's trying to get the gems, but at least according to the cover here, it looks like the little girl from the family, or the younger girl from the family, is got the Infinity Gauntlet and has like Thanos' armor or something. So very interesting, strange twist, but I really like it. So good for them for doing something different. They could have just thrown Thanos and Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock in there and called it a day, but they didn't. They did something very different. Star Wars, Darth Vader number 12. Really like Darth Vader. This might be my favorite. I go back and forth. Lando was really good. Lando was a miniseries. It's over, but I guess now that it's over, I can probably easily say this one might be my favorite, even more than the regular Star Wars title, which is very strong as well. But if you haven't been reading this, pick it up. Next, we go to DC, or back to DC for Batman. Scott Snyder, I don't know what else to say. Greg Capullo, they knock it out of the park every time. I've mentioned before, I'm not super excited about the plot right now in Batman, with Commissioner Gordon being Batman. It's kind of weird, but you can see on the cover, this is Bruce Wayne who's with him, so I'm sure Bruce Wayne's starting to slowly come back into the fold. But yeah, it's awkward, but Snyder and Capullo are going to make it good anyway, so read it. All right, now here's an Avengers book I actually did want to pick up, and this is Avengers, All New, All Different Avengers by Mark Waid, and Kubert is also on this book, which is pretty cool. You know, and you see it's kind of a new look Avengers, but not new look Avengers. You have Iron Man Nova, you have the Falcon, Captain America, you have the female Thor, and but then you also have the Vision, the more classic character, and I believe that is why am I blanking on his name? Miles Morales. I think the costume looks like it anyway. So I haven't had a chance to read this yet. I'm still trying to catch up from the last couple of weeks. But I'm actually very excited about this. Mark Waid's awesome. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Mark Waid's work from every month when Insufferable comes out. I talk about that quite a bit. So yeah, there you have it. And looking forward to this one. This one will be pretty cool. Okay, so our top 3 books of the week, our picks of the week, if you will. Number 3 is Letter 44. This is number 21. I think this is coming to an end soon. Maybe it's 24 issues, 25 issues. I don't know. I actually didn't think it would go this long. I kind of felt like when I started reading it would be like a 12-issue miniseries, but very pleasantly surprised it's still going on. Awesome work. Charles Soule, Raphael Albuquerque, and this issue is actually illustrated by Ryan Kelly. They give him the credit up there, so that's interesting. I think they've done that at least one other time, probably to give Albuquerque a chance to stay ahead, but that's pretty cool. And awesome stuff. If you haven't been reading this, trying to describe this book is very difficult to do. It's very unique. I was trying to describe it to somebody the other day, and I think what I came to was it's like a cross between like the West Wing and like Star Trek. But yeah, it's basically really 2 stories. One a very sci-fi story of what's going on in space, and one some more political drama. It's really awesome though. Check it out, and if it does end soon, I'm sure they'll release everything in trades or hardcover, so I'll give you a chance to see it. All right. So number 2 is The Walking Dead, 148. So Walking Dead came out, you knew it would be in the top 3, right? So there it is. Robert Kirkman, awesome. And I say this every month. I don't want to give out too much information because a lot of stuff that happens in the comic book could happen eventually in the TV show. A lot of people watch the TV show. I don't want to spoil it. But Walking Dead has just been incredible. And I will say this, in this issue, there's a great Rick moment, and I think those of you who read the series kind of know what those are. There's those moments where they just kind of give Rick this, you know, great lines and just this great moment, and they try to replicate those in the TV show. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work as well, but yeah, there's a great Rick moment in this issue, and yeah, every last page of Walking Dead, especially the last probably year or so, always seems to try to kind of surprise you with something. It usually doesn't pan out. Usually the first page of the next issue is kind of like, oh, okay, nothing really came of that. But so there's another kind of big twist on the last page of this issue. Not a twist that you might not have seen coming necessarily, but something that is kind of cool and maybe could have some exciting repercussions going forward. So definitely check this out. And yeah, it's awesome. I mean, some people complain about Walking Dead being too slow. It's too much of a slow burn, but I really like that about this book. It's my favorite thing about this book, actually, is the development. All right, so my pick of the week, just huge book, one of my favorites out there on the market today, Southern Bastards, Jason Aaron. This particular issue actually does not have Jason Aaron on the credits, but Jason Latour, who I believe is the artist on the other issue. So so I don't know if he's writing this issue, if this is like a filler issue. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I will very shortly. This is issue 12, and this book is awesome. Here's another one that's really hard to describe like what it is. So like the best I can come up with is like Southern Sopranos. I don't know. It's really like not, and it's not gangsters, but basically the football coach is basically a gangster that runs the town, and it's crazy, but it's really awesome. And there's some real cool twists in the book that because the storyline itself isn't necessarily about any one person all the time. So you think you're following one person, and then there's a twist, and you end up following somebody else, and then you go back in time, learn their origin. Like it's really cool. stuff. So love the book, love what Jason Aaron's done with it. It looks like, I don't know, I'm assuming he's taking the issue off maybe here, or unless he's leaving altogether and passing it off, I don't know. But so hopefully it will still be as good, but my assumption is he's probably just taking the issue off. I haven't heard anything else about it. So yeah, well, there you have it. Those are the comics for this week's haul. As always, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Have a good day.